They said bodybuilding was a young man's game. They said muscles fade, strength disappears, and champions become memories. While most people surrender to father time, these Iron Warriors declared war on aging itself, and they're winning. Today, we reveal the 11 oldest, baddest bodybuilders who refuse to quit, men and women who've turned their golden years into their greatest. Their stories will shatter everything you think you know about aging, dedication, and what's truly possible when you never stop fighting. Stay until the end, because the most incredible comeback story in bodybuilding history is about to unfold. At 76 years old, Arnold Schwarzenegger isn't just training. He's training with legends like Ronnie Coleman, proving that the Austrian Oak's roots run deeper than ever. What separates Arnold from every other aging champion isn't nostalgia, it's evolution. 7. Mr. Olympia victories could have been his ceiling, but he transformed them into his foundation. His current training philosophy reflects decades of wisdom, focusing on movement quality and sustainable training that builds longevity rather than just size. The man who once dominated stages now dominates conversations about healthy aging. Every workout at 76 is a masterclass in adaptation, showing that intelligence applied to training can extend peak performance far beyond what most consider possible. Arnold proves that true champions don't fade away. They find new ways to shine and new standards to set for what's possible when you refuse to surrender to time. At 88 years old, Jim Arrington holds the Guinness World Record as the world's oldest competitive male bodybuilder. His transformation from skinny bones to world record holder represents one of the most sustained commitments to excellence in sports history. 7 decades of continuous training, over 60 competitions, 16 victories. His achievement represents more than longevity. It represents the mathematical power of never quitting. Each workout multiplied by decades of commitment equals a legacy that redefines what human beings can accomplish. At 83, when most people are considering assisted living, Arrington was earning his place in the Guinness Book of World Records. His world record proves that dedication can overcome any disadvantage time throws at you, showing that consistency trumps intensity every time. At 84 years old, Ernestine Shepard holds the Guinness World Record as the oldest female competitive bodybuilder. Her story demolishes every excuse about starting too late, being too old, or lacking athletic background. Shepard's transformation began at 56, when she was living a completely sedentary lifestyle as a school secretary. With almost no athletic background, she seemed like the least likely candidate for bodybuilding greatness. But her journey proves that extraordinary achievements often come from the most ordinary people making extraordinary decisions. She didn't just build muscle, she built a new identity, a new purpose, and a new understanding of what's possible. Her nickname Six-Pack Granny became a symbol of defying expectations, proving that our greatest achievements often come when we're wise enough to know that age is just a number. At 82 years old, Dr. Jeffrey Life proves that the best medicine isn't found in a prescription bottle, it's found in the weight room. His transformation from obese, pre-diabetic physician to grand champion bodybuilder rewrote the medical textbook on healthy aging. Despite being a doctor, Life found himself trapped in the very lifestyle he warned his patients against. Obese, pre-diabetic, with dangerously high cholesterol and virtually no energy. He was a walking contradiction, a healer who couldn't heal himself. Using his medical expertise, he didn't just train harder, he trained smarter. He incorporated hormone optimization, precise nutrition protocols, and evidence-based training methods that maximized results while minimizing risk. His victory as grand champion proved that medical knowledge applied to bodybuilding can create seemingly impossible results. At 81 years old, Ken Waller is still pumping iron, proving that legends never truly retire. The distinctive red-haired strategist from Pumping Iron has spent decades showing that his competitive persona was authentic preparation for a lifetime of excellence. Waller's legacy was cemented through his role in the iconic documentary, where he demonstrated that bodybuilding success requires as much mental strength as physical power. His strategic mind games and confident posing made him memorable, but those who understood the sport recognized his competitive intelligence as genuine mastery. Recent viral footage showing Waller still training at 81 shocked the bodybuilding world. His victories, including the 1975 IFBB Universe and 1976 Mr. Olympia, proved that legends are defined by their understanding that the iron doesn't care about your age, only your effort and intelligence. At 80 years old, Arthur Peacock embodies the true meaning of indestructible. His monstrous build has carried him through 55 titles, across 50 years of competition. But more importantly, through battles that would have ended most careers and most lives. Heart attacks, bladder cancer, prostate cancer, and hip problems would have forced most athletes into retirement. For Peacock, they were just obstacles to overcome on his way to earning his IFBB Pro card. His story transcends bodybuilding. It's a testament to the human spirit's ability to transform trauma into triumph. His 55 titles represent more than competitive success. They represent 55 victories over the voice that said he should quit. Peacock demonstrates that true strength isn't measured by the weight you can lift. It's measured by the obstacles you can overcome while pursuing your dreams. At 77 years old, Robbie Robinson still commands respect at Gold's Gym Venice, training alongside bodybuilders a third of his age. Known as the Black Prince, Robinson didn't just break barriers in bodybuilding, he demolished them while facing discrimination that would have destroyed lesser men. With over 300 amateur competitions, Robinson became the first Masters Mr. Olympia and the first black man to grace Muscle magazine covers. But his greatest victory wasn't on stage. It was his refusal to be silenced by racism and injustice in an era when speaking up came with severe consequences. When faced with choosing between staying quiet and standing up for what's right, he chose courage every time. His double lifetime ban from the IFBB became a badge of honor, proof that some principles are worth more than any trophy. His physique at 77 proves that the strongest muscle is character. At 76 years old, Sam Bryant stands as living proof that it's never too late to discover your true calling. Standing 5 feet 10 inches and weighing 176 pounds of solid muscle, Bryant didn't start bodybuilding until age 44, and he's been bulldozing through competitions ever since. Bryant's journey began with personal crisis. His failing marriage left him searching for stress relief and life rebuilding. What started as stress relief became obsession, and obsession became excellence. His monstrous biceps and well-defined abs became symbols of personal transformation and second chances. While most athletes peak in their 20s or 30s, Bryant was just getting started at 44. His physique at 76 would be impressive for someone half his age, proving that dedication can overcome any timeline society imposes. Bryant embodies the truth that champions aren't born. They're forged through persistence. At 73 years old, Bill Grant continues proving that genetics don't determine destiny. Dedication does. Starting with what he describes as not the best physique and a very skinny frame, Grant showed the world that champions aren't born with advantages. They're built through relentless determination. His skinny frame, as a teenager, seemed like the worst foundation for bodybuilding success. But instead of accepting his genetic hand, he decided to play it better than anyone thought possible. His transformation became a masterclass in maximizing potential through intelligent training. His early competitions weren't sweeping victories. They were learning experiences, teaching him to train harder, smarter, and more consistently than genetically gifted competitors. His victories at Mr. World and Mr. International proved that persistence could overcome genetics through superior work ethic and strategic thinking. At 66 years old, Mike Christian maintains an incredibly impressive physique that would make bodybuilders half his age envious. This golden era titan, who trained alongside legends like Lee Haney and Rich Gaspari, proves that the principles that built 1980s champions still work today. Christian earned his place during bodybuilding's most competitive era, when being tough wasn't just an attitude, it was a survival requirement. His victories at the IFBB Grand Prix and World Pro Championships came through battles with Lee Haney that showcased competition elevating everyone involved. Christian's longevity comes from understanding that successful aging requires adaptation without compromise. His training philosophy centers on keeping the body guessing through exercise variation, allowing him to maintain his impressive physique while avoiding career-ending injuries. At 65 years old, Francis Benfatto celebrates over 50 years of training with the same passion that made him Mr. Proportion during bodybuilding's golden era. His symmetrical physique and unwavering dedication prove that true champions aren't built for a season. They're built for a lifetime. While Benfatto never claimed the Mr. Olympia title, his influence transcends trophies. His perfectly proportioned physique became the standard by which symmetry was measured, and his longevity has become the standard by which true dedication is judged. Benfatto's philosophy centers on the long-term nature of bodybuilding success. He believes in consistency, passion, and perseverance, understanding that results can last for decades. Francis proves that the greatest victories aren't always measured in trophies. Sometimes they're measured in decades of dedication inspiring others. 11 legends. 11 proof points that age is just a number when passion meets persistence. From Arnold's continued evolution to Francis Benfatto's proportional perfection, these warriors have redefined what's possible when you refuse to surrender to time's conventional limitations. They didn't just build incredible physiques. They built legacies, proving the iron doesn't discriminate based on age, only effort. Their stories remind us that the greatest battles aren't won in our 20s or 30s. They're won every single day we choose growth over comfort, progress over excuses, and dedication over surrender. If these stories moved you, if they showed you what's possible when purpose meets persistence, then subscribe now and share this video. The iron is waiting, and it doesn't care how old you are, only how committed you're willing to become.